Lumbergate 2023. Well, there's a lot of problems with the Box of Fun box.
The Box of Fun box. Yes, that's quite redundant, Chris, but I understand where you're going with this.
It is a Box of Fun box.
But it's a box of fun. It is a box filled with fun.
Why do you have to nitpick everything? Can I just talk?
Yeah, I mean, just don't say
Let's
anything
talk
stupid.
about the Box of Fun box. There's a lot of problems with the Box of Fun box. There's too many problems with the Box of Fun box.
As we talked about last week, there were a lot of pops that were shared between the Box of Fun at home and the Box of Fun in person at Fun Days, which was a huge problem, and we went over that in so many videos last week. But now we're here to talk about the other problem that has arisen with this Box of Fun, which is a lot of boxes hadn't shipped until last night / this morning. But labels were created like a week ago. This has everybody on the internet speculating, and we're gonna tell you what we think about it.
And we're pretty good with sharing information that people like to turn into rumors and share all over the internet, so why not? Let's do it right here.
Okay.
One thing I do want to mention is that we had an awesome live where we unboxed all sorts of boxes of fun. So if you want to go and watch that video, go to the live section of our videos and watch that video. It was a lot of fun.
We had over 25 people live with us right here on the channel, and it was a blast. And live trades happened, and we got to see all of the mascots and some of their box content. We did not see a metallic Captain America, and there's supposedly like 2,000 in these boxes, but we saw 3 Diamond Merlins somehow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Seems a bit sketchy.
And that's part of the problem, is that the numbers are really just not even adding up. None of it makes any sense. In fact, we got a glitter Waldo, and I think that's a 5,000 count, but we had the only one out of all those boxes.
Which is weird because 5,000 pieces is like the highest amount that you could even possibly get in the box.
Right, so you would assume that you would get the same amount of Waldo as you would Peacemaker, because they share the same exact limited number.
Which is 5,000. We saw a ton of Peacemakers in these boxes, but 1 Diamond Waldo. Weird.
You would think that you would see more Waldos than you would see the Merlin.
Yeah, but there was 1 Waldo, 0 Captain America, which was 2,000 piece, 3 Merlins, which was 500 pieces. I mean, the odds...
Something's really weird here.
Yeah, the odds for that Merlin were super duper low, supposedly, with a group of 25 plus people. I mean, I get that that's not the biggest control group that you can possibly have, but it just seems super sketchy.
I'm wondering if these stickers aren't accurate at all on the Boxes of Fun at home.
So the thing that's happening right now is that a lot of boxes hadn't moved, like I said before, but most of them seem to be Lumberjacks. And a lot of people are speculating that there is a missing Lumberjacks number 16 box, which I understand why people would say that, and this could very well be true. As far as we know, we have not yet seen a Lumberjacks number 16 box. There are 4 mascots, and there are 4 different combinations for the Eagles. There are 4 different box combinations for the Wolves, and there are 4 different box combinations for the Bears. But so far, we've only seen 3 combinations for the Lumberjacks. You would assume that there's a 4th one, just split evenly between 4 mascots.
You would think that all the mascot box numbers would match. If there's 4 of the 3 different mascots, why wouldn't there be 4 for Lumberjack?
I do think that there could very well be a box number 16 that is for the Lumberjacks, and maybe that's what's held up. And I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm gonna try to condense it for this one. Maybe they were sort of printing labels depending on like what mascot people got, and they were sort of divvying it up between like, okay, here's a stack of bears, you're gonna give them this bundle number. Here's a stack of bears and you're gonna give them the next bundle number, so on and so forth. So maybe there was a stack of Lumberjacks at the very bottom and they're all getting this bundle number 16 or whatever. That's it. That's the explanation.
So you think it's that simple?
It could be. I don't know. I'm just coming up with some ideas to see what we think might be the most likely. Now, you had an idea that had to do with some more pissed off fans.
Well, I figured that most everybody would speculate that Funko decided to keep the boxes behind because they knew something really special was in there, like a glow Anakin that would piss people off, or maybe even a Wolverine or a glow-in-the-dark Hopper.
Yeah, because those were all very low pieces at Fun Days, and people were already going crazy over the fact that the at-home boxes got the same exact pops as Fun Days boxes, just with a different sticker.
Yeah, and I think Funko is trying to cut off any more drama as they possibly can.
I didn't look too deep into the box combinations, but I believe each one of the pops were split between different mascots. According to all of the spreadsheets, we have seen the 26,000 pops that are being made available in these boxes.
Well, I'm going to call it right now. There's an Anakin Funko Pop inside this box that does not have a lightsaber, and then the other one has a lightsaber.
Okay. You don't have
That's
to.
what I'm thinking.
You don't have to.
That's where I'm going right now.
Is this like the Cap
just
and
like
the
Cap and the
Shield?
Shield, and just like Megatron and the cannon. God, how stupid was that? Who would be dumb enough to think that there would be a shield on one and no shield on the other, and a cannon on one and no cannon on the other? Who would sit in front of a camera and say this is a very good possibility of that chance actually happening? Who would ever do that?
If you're looking at me, I didn't say nothing about the cannon or the shield. I thought Cap had an open fist on one. Listen.
You're an open fist person.
Yeah.
You know you're the only person who speculated that on the internet.
Listen.
I loved it. You know what? No, hold on. I have to tell that story real quick. I came home from work and this was all sort of blowing up, and Heather was like, oh my God, she runs into the kitchen as I'm like coming in and getting, you know, decompressed from work, putting all my lunch stuff away. Heather goes, I'm telling you right now, I know what the difference is. Okay, hear me out. I was like, this isn't going good. What if this one has an open fist and this one has a closed fist? And I was like, Heather, there's no, what are you talking about?
Okay.
And she's doing this. Hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, it's not zooming in enough and it's a little dark. But as you can see, this hand looks open. It did not look open.
It looked open to me.
No!
Listen to me. I did not think Funko could betray us like this, so I was trying to think of anything or spot any sort of difference. And because of the color differences on the photos, I'm telling you, I thought that there was something up with his hand. But it was just one darker picture, okay?
I cannot believe that you're saying Funko is betraying us. It's like they're the enemy. They're the enemy.
They are the enemy. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You know how many people I know that overspent for those pieces that they thought were super duper limited at Fun Days, and now come to find out they're not because they're showing up in the boxes of fun?
Hey, we always tell them FOMO, no mo.
No, it's not even about FOMO.
I know.
I'm telling you, I will rant at you all day about how FOMO does not count when it comes to Fun Days pieces.
I agree. No, I agree.
Fun Days pieces are supposed to be limited Freddy Funkos that you're only supposed to get at Fun Days.
Yes, I agree. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, but you're still yelling at me.
If you want to overspend on a pop, you're probably not overspending because it's going to be expensive. I mean, you have a Freddy Funko that is an Avengers character, one of the most beloved Avengers characters.
Do you understand that I agree with you?
I don't care. You said FOMO, no mo.
I'm joking.
No. This is serious.
No. FOMO. No. Mo.
Stop.
That open fist, closed fist thing's never going to die.
No, it's my favorite thing that we've done on the channel.
That was the most impressive thing ever.
Thank you.
You know you got a real good eye for detail.
I know I do. Okay, so according to the mascots, there are 6,500 of each mascot, which brings the grand total to 26,000 pops.
Okay.
Now, from what we have seen that has appeared in all of the boxes, 26,000 has been accounted for. There are spreadsheets all over the internet if you want to look for one. I still believe that there is no rogue pop that's going to be in this like unknown box number 16 Lumberjacks. I feel like because of the total that we've seen, the 26,000 has been found, we are going to see just a random combination of pops that we have already seen in the other boxes so far.
I don't know.
Hold on, here's another thing.
Okay.
We can't trust Funko and their piece count. There could be a rogue Anakin somewhere.
It's possible. I mean, I think the stickers are all BS, honestly.
They are.
The Stone Cold, I showed you a picture of a Stone Cold Funko Pop with a 1,000 piece sticker on it.
Yeah, so in my opinion, that's probably just a true mistake because, listen, hold on, let me remind you all.
But all of it's a true mistake. All of it's a true mistake. That's my point.
It's not a true mistake. Remember, Funko purposely put out the same pops?
It's just, I don't know. All of it just seems so wrong.
It is wrong.
They all seem common or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like that Waldo is definitely not a 5,000 piece. It feels like it's lower.
It feels like that to me too.
Like it would be a 2,000 piece or something because we only saw one. That's so weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have like 100 people on the stream or 1,000 people on the stream, but for a group of 25 people, you would imagine if it's 5,000 pieces, like one of the most common in that box of fun, you would have at least seen it in like 3, 4, 5 boxes.
Of course, because we saw what? Mad Hatter was in there. We saw some Green Rangers in there, but we only got to see the one Waldo. That's really weird, right? I mean, come on. We have to agree on this somewhere. It's really weird. The number scheme does not seem right. It seems like they applied the stickers on the wrong things. Peacemaker obviously is 5,000 pieces. I mean, there's a million.
No, I think that Peacemaker is like 10,000.
I believe you on that one. But this Lumberjack box is really weird, and I think it's strange that Funko hasn't really come out to say anything. They only sort of apologized to the Funko.
They didn't apologize!
Well, I know! God, I'm getting yelled at so much in this video. But basically they came out and they're like, hey, we're going to fix this. But nothing else has come out. And I think right now is the perfect time for Funko to come out and sort of clean all of this up. Maybe even have like a little video come out.
They're not doing that.
And they're like, hey guys, here's what's going on, here's what happened, or here's what we're going to do to remedy this in the future. Expect next Fun Days to have limited pieces. It's
limited piece stickers?
Real limited pieces like we've had in Fun Days past, but not like this, because they have virtually destroyed all the confidence from all the people. Now, I'm not saying that people only go to it for the pieces, but I would say getting those pieces is like 75% of the experience.
Okay, hold on. Here's the thing. There were a handful of pieces that were exclusive only to Fun Days, right?
Right.
So let's pretend, you know, that everybody got, let's say, like 3 or 4 pops that were exclusive only to Fun Days. The rest of the boxes, this is just purely example. I do know that there were multiple pieces that were within the box that were not shared with at home, but this is just for example's sake. They get their boxes, Fun Days, shared at home and Fun Days, but then they got their handful of only Fun Days period boxes. Only Fun Days. Would those same people be willing to go back to Fun Days for $250 for a chicken sandwich that gave a lot of people food poisoning, plus a bag of chips and a cookie?
That cookie. 3
to 4 pieces exclusive only to Fun Days. The rest of the box of fun you could order at home for $100 and get the same that they got at Fun Days. And then you get the live show. And in my opinion, I do like the shows that they put on from what I've seen. Even though I was not a fan of Fright Night, the lack of water, how they packed us all in that really hot room, there was no chairs or tables, they did put on a good show.
You love DMC.
I love DMC.
Oh my God.
I love the sneak peeks. However, I do not, in my opinion, feel like what was made available to us at Fright Night would have been worth the $200 price tag if it weren't for the limited exclusives. If I went to Fun Days, personally, that's not a $250 per ticket event to me.
No. You got to see one of the Backstreet Boys, and you got a really disgusting chicken sandwich.
I don't want to discredit Fun Days because I do believe that they put on a good show. They show you the sneak peeks. They give you all this stuff. They try to make everything fun.
I'm just so tired of hearing that argument.
But I'm saying, to me, not worth $250.
No, it's not worth $200.
I would much rather get a group of my best friends, go to a bar down the road. You guys can drink whatever you want. You can eat probably much better food than that chicken sandwich.
Oh, 100%.
Still not spend $250 per person.
Right.
And have an amazing time.
Mischief Toys will be trying to do something similar to that this year for New York Comic Con, because Mischief Toys is going to be at New York Comic Con this year, and we are planning to put on another event at New York. Last year we put on an event at a small bar in New York. It was fantastic, and I think we're going to do something similar this year. We might look for another venue, or we will stick with the one we have already had previously, because that place is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but there will be limited exclusives there, and we'll also have some sneak peeks and also some giveaways of protos, AP figures, and possible future Ghastly figures that you cannot get anywhere else until they release way down the line. So more information to come, but hip hip hooray, we're going to New York Comic Con with Mischief Toys. We got our own booth, baby. We're not sharing with anybody. It's going to be all Heather and Chris and Ghastly. And we got some really cool Mischief planned specifically exclusives. Our exclusive lineup is awesome. And we also have exclusive pins, and we might even have an exclusive plush. More information to come soon. Check out Mischief Toys at mischieftoys.com. Sign up for our newsletter to find out all the new information that you need. Also, check out at Mischief Toys on Instagram, and also check out our podcast, Making Mischief Podcast. You can check out our Instagram, Making Mischief Pod. This whole like having to wait for the Lumberjack box, like there's some sort of conspiracy going on here. There's some weird thing going on here. Why is it just that box?
There were so many people that placed orders. Thursday was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive drop, so they had thousands of orders there. I would guess no less than 40,000 or more orders specifically on Thursday for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
Yeah.
Plus then you had the 26,000 drop of the boxes. They're backed up. There's a lot of items that they have to get out, tons of orders. I remember there have been times where after an event, things wouldn't ship out for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 or 4 weeks. That was more towards like the pandemic sort of side of things when they were very, very understaffed. I do expect delays with that many orders. However, the fact that it's predominantly one mascot that is delayed is very, very strange.
I wonder if they're opening the boxes, taking stuff out and putting something else in. I guess we'll find out once those boxes start hitting people's homes.
But here's the thing, what would they put in?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. More Peacemakers, of course.
Okay, so my
Pull out Anakin, Peacemaker.
Okay, so my 10,000 piece Peacemaker theory is most likely correct.
100%.
Okay, so we got that. Peacemaker's 10,000 pieces. There was previously a much lower count Anakin Skywalker glow in the boxes, but now Funko is taking some of the 10,000 Peacemakers and putting them in that boxes to replace the Anakin so that nobody shows up to Funko HQ with their torches and pitchforks.
That's right, and Peacemaker is a Buckeye, Arizona warehouse exclusive. Also, I think all these Funko Pops are going to show up at the Buckeye warehouse at some point.
Probably.
Or we will get a restock of the boxes on Funko.com. I'm sure they have a ton more boxes left over. They seem to always have a ton more boxes left over. But I think the Buckeye warehouse will have yet another sale. And I bet you, I put money on it, that one of those Anakins or both will show up at Buckeye.
That would be very interesting.
And Wolverines. I, honest to God, do not believe any of these limited numbers are accurate at all. You can fight with me all day about that. It just does not seem right to me. I think for many years, maybe these numbers haven't been incredibly accurate.
Well, yeah, like we had mentioned in one of the first videos we posted on Funko's website, it straight up says that the piece count sticker, no matter where you get the sticker, what that number says is the total for all stickers. Now, we did mention that international is a completely separate beast, so I'm taking the international out of it because I know that international does have different piece counts on their items. However, within the US, if you have a con exclusive that has 5,000 pieces on it and it's also shared with another retail store, it's going to say 5,000 pieces on the shared sticker, and the 5,000 pieces is the total amount.
I know they're going to share the number. I know this.
That is how it has always been. It's not 5,000 at the con and 5,000 shared. 5,000 means 5,000 total pieces
number, right.
of that piece.
Yeah.
They've completely destroyed that with the Fun Days Box of Fun Pops not being exclusive to just Fun Days. It's just a whole disaster. I do not trust anything that they do right now. They are not thinking about the collectors, which is understandable. They are a publicly traded company. We do have to remember that, but there is a way to appease collectors without completely lying to people, because I consider this a lie.
And tarnishing the Funko name.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what they're doing. If you're going to have a limited piece, be truthful about what the limited number is going to be. Don't get people's hopes up at Fun Days. That's the crappy part about all this. But we want to know your thoughts about all this. Do you have a Lumberjack box that you're still waiting for? Are you hoping there's going to be an Anakin Skywalker in there? We want to know all that and more in the comment section down below. Thank you to all of our patrons for all of your support. You guys are awesome. And in every video, we like to shout out to some of you. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Carlos Q, Patricia Hertog, Damian Spalma, George Shihide, Garrett aka Fast Mode 24, Michelle D, Rulies, Chris Restivo, Jimmy Talber, and Brian Dill. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock.